Hello, it's Bobi, aka Paginator, and we're here today to work in a vacation remembering journal. I was given for Christmas a chance to go to Las Vegas with my family, and we saw the National Finals Rodeo and spent several nights there. And I have made a junk journal to commemorate this trip. So it's kind of bare bones right now. We have this jeans cover that's pieced together with different types of jeans. And then on the inside, we have this shiny bag. It's like one of those reusable grocery bag kind of things. So it's kind of plasticky. We were given this bag as like a early bird freebie at one of the Cowboy Christmas events we went to. And I'll talk more about that later as we go through the journal. Now, you know, if you've watched my channel, that I always put one of these coffee dyed library card pockets into the front page of each journal. And before I attach this one in here, we have something important to do. This is my 80th junk journal, and I want to do large numbers. So I have this stamp set by Tim Holtz that is called Paint by Number, CMS 483. And it is honestly one of my favorite stamp sets that I own. So we are gonna stamp the number 80, these oversized numbers, onto the pocket. Some of it will get onto the back part, some will be on the front part of the pocket, but we're gonna have the number 80 here. And we're not gonna do it with ink, we're gonna use embossing glaze, and the color is Fired Brick. It's this lovely brick red. It's a little bit orangey also. And the great thing about glaze is that it's transparent, so you can see the color, but then you can also see what's underneath it. Okay, pop this down to hold the pocket in place. Make sure we get these numbers right where we want it. Do I want them lower though? Over the, yeah. Okay, I'll put the embossing fluid on over here. Okay, that doesn't, I can see some of it, but I can tell there's part of it that didn't quite get there. So, this is weird. Okay, the dabber part of the thing came off with the H. That is not what's supposed to happen. Okay, I can't quite figure out this lid right now, but we're gonna try something else. That's the one thing, well, one of the things that I really love about the stamping platform is if you need to re-stamp, you know that your stamps are gonna be in the same spot. Okay, that looks beautiful. So, we will now move it. Ooh, look at that. I don't know if I've mentioned this on my channel before or not, but I had a Tim Holtz heat tool that looks like a hairdryer, and it died on me. I only had it for a few months. So I'm wondering, has anyone else encountered the same problem? In the meantime, I have this one, which is a little bit more high powered, but it still works without burning the embossing stuff. So we're going with it. I love it. Yay. Before I do anything else, I want to go clean that paintbrush and see if I can figure out what's going on with my embossing fluid. Okay, I still haven't quite got the bottle figured out, but I can work on that later when I'm not filming. Before I go any further, I want to say a quick thank you to lovely Judy, who sent me this super cute Christmas card. That was really sweet of you, and I appreciate you thinking of me for Christmas. Speaking of Christmas, we're going to be seeing some Christmassy elements in this video, in this journal, because as I said, this trip was a Christmas gift. We were there during Cowboy Christmas, and it was the beginning of the month of December, so there was just Christmas everywhere. All right, the pocket is down, and we're ready to take a look at some of the other pages. All right, we'll take a look at some of the other pages. I won't probably show you everything, but you'll get the idea of what's kind of in here. I have a couple of digital kits. This one has lots of cowboy things and Christmas. So we've got, like, for example, these beautiful boots here and some poinsettias and pine cones. This paper is another digital kit that's like burlap and lace kind of things. And then we also have a kit that's Vegas stuff. So this is part of one of the Vegas pages. And there's like some bar scenes and casino stuff and just different things like that. This is just kind of a grungy dyed paper look. Now this is part of the Vegas kit. And if you haven't been to Las Vegas, you might not know this, but there is an Eiffel Tower in Vegas. It's not over the street like this one is, though. So it's kind of funny that that one is in the Vegas kit. We got playing cards, some kind of table. I did not gamble. I have never gambled in Vegas in my life. Never really gambled at all. But it's part of the vibe, you know. The hotel we stayed at did not have a casino in it. It's the Marriott Grand Chateau, and it's right off the strip. So let's say, for example, the line of this boot is the strip. So here is like Planet Hollywood, okay? Big hotel with casinos, shopping mall, all this stuff. And there's a road that goes like this. And so you turn just past Planet Hollywood and you go like half a block and the Marriott sitting right here. So we were kind of a little bit off, which was nice, but also close enough that we could walk to things like there's a Walgreens on the corner here. That's part of the shopping mall area and, you know, that kind of thing. These boots are super cute, by the way. I have cowboy boots. I haven't worn them in ages because a couple years ago I had a bone spur removed off the top of my foot and it has grown back, and the boots are kind of tied over the top of my foot, so they're not very comfortable. Anyway, we've got some other kind of neutral pages here, some more Christmassy stuff, so I'll just kind of flip through. I haven't really done much decorating, or hardly any decorating at all. I've mostly just put the pages together. The only thing I've really done is the lacing that you see here. These are two chipboard pieces. I peeled some of the layers off so they're not so thick, and I made them into a signature, so you'll see two more at the end of the signature. And this is a pocket, so it will open up for something to go in here. And then I laced up this side with some kind of twiny thread. This is some cool paper I found at our local craft shop. It's like burlap paper with stripes on it, which is cool. Okay, so I think next I need to get my stash of stuff from Vegas and just kind of set it out here and see what I've got to work with. I'm not going to be able to fit it all into the viewfinder because of the camera that I'm using, but we'll see what I can show you. All right, there's some items here that we got in Vegas, and a lot of it's like just paper stuff. This is a little rock that I found. We went to dinner one night at the Rainforest Cafe, and this was on the floor under the chair where I was sitting, and I grabbed it intending to give it to my nephew and then forgot. So I might still give it to him, but if I forget to, then maybe I'll like glue it onto the front of the cover of this journal. I don't know. Probably it'll just sit on my desk for a while. So I showed you on the inside of that junk journal, that shiny bag. During the National Finals Rodeo, at least 3 hotels have events that are Cowboy Christmas. So it's basically great big shopping things for all kind of cowboy stuff. Here we got my boarding passes for the plane. And we went to the one at the Rio, which is my favorite one to go to. And we were some of the first people there. I think that was on like the first morning that we were there. And they gave us that bag full of like coupons to some of the booths and some candies and stuff. So I have some of these still. I've got a Dum Dum Sucker stuck to this one, which is from the Big Beauty Boutique. Rustic Boutique and Decor. This one is Foster Designs Bling Your Life. There's just a whole bunch of different things, and I ended up not using any of the coupons, mostly because I didn't buy much there at Cowboy Christmas. I bought an ugly Christmas sweater from the Roper Boots outlet store because they had not just boots but Christmas sweaters, and so I got one of those. We've got a bunch more like little coupons and things. So if there's good like images, like this one has some cowboy hats on it, that might be usable. Probably not gonna use this. We'll just throw it away. My garbage can's right next to me. This one's kind of funny. No. So I can go through the rest of these later, but I've got just a whole bunch of different things for the booths and stuff. I did buy one item there, and I will go grab it and show you. What was this one? Oh, Long Live Cowgirls. Luggage tags. Let me go grab the thing that I bought at Cowboy Christmas. All right, here she is. This is a beautiful purse. It has gorgeous fringe on it, and it is leather. There's 2 front pockets, and then the main pocket here with smaller pockets on the inside. And really, I got this for the fringe. I love fringe bags. In the Western and rodeo culture, a lot of women's fringe bags are out right now. They're kind of trendy. I have always loved fringy things, and there were some bigger, fancier bags with longer fringe and that kind of stuff, but we were going for something a little bit smaller and easy. I wanted something to kind of wear around for the rest of the days, especially when we went to the rodeo. You can only take small personal bags in or clear bags, and you know, that kind of thing. So I was just wanting something like this. So anyway, I found this, and the lady at the booth told me, you know what, it's on sale right now, which she could have been lying, I don't know, but I got it anyway. In terms of other things that I bought, I got a t-shirt that's kind of blingy that says Las Vegas, and a baseball cap that was only $4 that said Las Vegas, and a couple other things to add to the junk journal, which I will show you in a bit. But for now, we're doing things that we collected as part of the trip. I've got a couple tickets here to a pet show. We went to the Popovich Comedy Pet Theater, and this was something we wanted to do with the kids. The little kids loved it. They wanted to go right back in and see the pet show again. My littlest nephew went to the Hershey store, and he bought me this. He was really proud that he got me this because it has Ron Weasley on it. Can you see Ron on the chess, the knight's horse? I haven't eaten the chocolate yet still, but it's been waiting for me because I didn't want to like lose the wrapper. I wanted to be able to have this because my littlest nephew, he's so sweet. And when they were at the Hershey store, his mom told me he would just not stop talking about that Ron candy bar. We had to get it for you. And it was just such thoughtful, sweet. He's 8 years old. It's just, oh, I could talk about him for ages. Okay, let's keep going with the other stuff. Now, a lot of this was just like free paper goods that I collected because I was hoarding stuff, and then my mom started collecting things for me too. I had a pretty yucky injury while I was on that trip, and I might show you pictures later. Maybe I don't want to gross you out by showing you bruise pictures, but anyway, here's some of the stuff we collected. So this is just a coupon that got put on people's cars, like come to the Stetson Country Christmas at the Rio, which we were already there. This is an NFR experience map, so it can show you where different things are at in Las Vegas. So we have some of like the hotels here you can see, and then it'll point out where some of the things are held. For example, there's Cowboy Christmas at the Rio, and there's Cowboy Christmas at South Point, and there's Cowboy Christmas at, what's the other one? The Convention Center, Las Vegas Convention Center, right here. And you know, when you go to the actual rodeo, it's at the Thomas and Mack Center, which is down here at the UNLV campus, and you know, all this stuff. So that was kind of fun to have this, and I'll use the map from that, I'm sure. And then let's see, I have so much stuff, and I might end up throwing out a lot of it, but okay. This is one of the things my mom grabbed for me, and it's like not folded to the cover, but This is a daily sheet for Monday, December 9th. This is the night that we went to the rodeo. And we have some famous cowboys and cowgirls here. This is Stetson Wright, one of the most famous ones. He did not compete in the NFR this year because he's been injured, which is unfortunate. Who else have we got here that I recognize? This is Tyler Wagasback. He's a steer wrestler. And I didn't tell you what Stetson does. He's a bareback and bull rider. If you know rodeo, you know who Stetson Wright is anyway. Anyway, this is, it's got some programming. It shows some of the people who were riding. There's their names and that kind of stuff in each event. For example, here's the tie-down roping. So you can see Shad Mayfield, Haven Medjit, Ty Harris, you know, all those guys. I am a bit of a rodeo nerd. So I apologize if I start talking about things that you guys don't know about. Just yell at me in the comments and I will try to explain. Okay, here's another little booklet. This is the official fan guide of the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. It's got our dates there. We got some more pictures of famous cowboys and cowgirls. Is that Trevor Brazil? No, that's not. Okay. Again, rodeo nerd. Oh gosh, that picture is gorgeous. Look at that. So again, a lot of this is advertisements and things, but it also talks about some fun events that were going on. They were doing some concerts and stuff. Would I want to see any of these people? Maybe Ian Munsick. Maybe Mark Chestnut. Thomas Rhett, I would definitely go see. Brad Paisley. Brad Paisley was there while I was there and I didn't go. Shame on me. The Eagles were there. Shania Twain. Shania Twain was playing at Planet Hollywood and it was right across from where we were at and there was constantly signs, Shania, Shania, Shania. This is another catalog. This is Cowgirls in Style magazine, and we have a lot of beautiful cowgirls and cowgirl models and horses and fun things. I'm not skinny enough to dress in cowgirl clothes most of the time, so when I was skinny, I did dress that way a lot. This is an area World Series of Team Roping program. The same time that the National Finals Rodeo is going on, the World Series of Team Roping is going on. One of my students' fathers was in here. I can look for his name. Unfortunately, the guy that won it is someone that, let's just say, is not my favorite person in the world. And leave it at that. Cowboy Central. This has, this is Shad Mayfield. He's a roper. And it has a lot more advertisements and some cool action photos. There's a team roping one. That is Dustin Dustin, that I can't say his last name, and Levi Lord. Oh man, I am not good at pronouncing words today. I feel a little bit jittery. I've had a lot of caffeine. Okay, last paper thing is Team Roping Journal. And all of these things were free. I did not pay anything for any of these magazines. They were just like sitting out everywhere. Where'd that little thing go though? Did I show you this? I don't think I showed you this one. This one I picked up at South Point, which is where the team roping finals were. There's also Cowboy Christmas there. And this was a schedule of everything going on at that specific casino. They have an actual rodeo arena built into the casino, which is awesome. They had Miss Rodeo America competition there. They had a horse auction, and we were there for part of the horse auction, and one of the horses sold for $200,000. That's crazy. Let me pause for a minute because my lunch just got done cooking, and I'm gonna go eat, and then I will come back and we'll do some more crafting. Okay, lunch is done with, and now we're ready to look at some of the crafty items we have. Some of this stuff I found in my stash and other things. There were a couple of things that I picked up when I was at my parents' for Christmas. So I've got this ribbon here. This I found at a thrift store for $1, and it's kind of like this hide looking ribbon. And this one came from Michael's. I went after, or not Michael's, excuse me, Hobby Lobby. I went after Christmas, and this is in their Christmas section, which was on clearance. So I liked the glitter and the sparkle, and then we also have snowflakes. So I thought that would be great for a Vegas wintertime journal. I've got a couple different kinds of kind of like hemp threads. This one is a lot smaller around, and then this one's like this. I don't know if this one's actually hemp or not. It's maybe just like other kind. I don't know. Anyway, this kind came from Hobby Lobby. This was in my stash. Another thing that came from my local craft store was this roll of just this like woven cotton fabric. It's a little bit like a lighter burlap, maybe is the best way I can describe it. But I thought this might be fun to like kind of stamp on or maybe play with a little bit. And then from my stash, I also have some leather threads. So this one's a little bit more wide. It's like the same width as the fringe we saw on the purse. And then this one's just like very small around threads here. I have some opaque crackle paste that I might use. I also have some gold, what's this stuff called? Gilding wax, that thing. And this was dried out a little bit, but if you add water, you can still get some of the color to come off. So it's a nice pretty gold. This is from a thrifting thing. We've got this lacy piece here. Now, all of these things I may or may not use, with the exception of this. This has to go in here somewhere because it's a Wrangler patch, and the National Finals Rodeo is called the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. It's like their major sponsor, and yeah, we need this. These are some stars. They were originally silver metal, and then I used a combination of crackle paste and some embossing powders to make them look all grungied up. Speaking of embossing powders, I've got 4 colors here that we could potentially use. So we've got the fired brick that we saw. I've got hickory smoke, which is like a dark brown that's like kind of cooler tones a little bit, more of a gray brown, I guess. We have this black, and this is embossing powder, not glaze. And then we have rusty hinge glaze. So this is kind of like a mood board setup here of things that I'm showing you. These things I got in Vegas, they were like 3 for $5 or something. So they're a little shiny keychains. So I wasn't sure what my junk journal was going to look like at that point. So I just bought 3 different color schemes. We've got this one that's black and silver. This one's kind of more of a rose goldish with black letters. And then we've got this one that's kind of rainbowy. These are some buttons. I think they're meant to go on jeans, but I mean, we can use them here also. I could choose to keep them here as like a single button card, or actually sew them onto the cover or something. I've got some more pieces of that bag we saw on the inside of the junk journal. These are the side pieces, and I've got the whole other front side of the bag if we need more shiny bits. I also have glitter in case we don't have enough shine, and I have some gold acrylic ink. I have some cork tags and some rusted jingle bells. This is something I've had for quite a while. I got it from Inky Finger Society on Etsy. It is kind of vintage looking cello tape, and Tim Holtz makes some too, but this one's a little bit more cost effective and it works really nicely. And then these are some things that I got at Hobby Lobby in their sale. These are little playing cards. And then I have even more tiny playing cards. These I might use something like glitter because they're so tiny. Like, put some glue down and like just toss a bunch of them on there and see what sticks. And then we've got some beads. These have gold and silver letters on them, and I thought they would be not just for this journal, but for any journal, like if I want to put words on the tassel or something like that. They're little tiny alphabet beads. I have a couple of other things that I might use. There's a big piece of leather that I got at a thrifting thing a while back. I'm not sure what else. And then I also have photos that I took on the trip that I need to be putting in there as well. So I think my next step is going to be to print the photos and then start working on where I'm going to put everything. How long do I want this video to be is the question. We have to do at least some more work because so far we've just embossed a number. Let me see if I can clear some of this stuff out of the way and get those pictures printed, and then we'll do some work. All right, I do have some of my photos printed, and my niece is actually sending me a few more, and I will print those later. I have grabbed this ribbon, and what I want to do is start with making a edge ruffle for this page that needs to be covered on the white space. So this ribbon is wired, and in this case I don't really mind because, oops, ding ding, there goes the phone. The wire actually can help me shape it into a ruffle. Oh, that's a lot of text messages. I wonder if those are the pictures from my niece. But as I was saying, the wire is going to help me shape it because as I press these pleats down, or the ruffles, they're staying roughly in the same spot. I am going to get gold glitter all over my desk here. I can tell that already, but that's okay. We're thinking about Vegas here. All right, I'm going to set this to hold it down, and I'll do a quick check on my phone, and then we'll work on making this ruffle. Okay, she did send me some more pictures, so I've got those getting loaded into my computer, and we're now going to continue to make this ruffle. If I had a regular ribbon or fabric that I was doing this with, I would sew it, but where the wire is holding the shape so well, I don't think I'm going to. I think we're just going to glue this down, and I want to glue this wider part here, but then maybe just the bottom and top here so this can be a pocket and I can stick something inside. That might be kind of fun. The print on here is like hotel carpet or carpet that you would see in a casino or something, which I think is kind of funny that would be included in the Vegas kit. But it is true, you see that kind of stuff everywhere. So the day we flew into Vegas, I was dressed in clothes to keep me warm on the airplane. So I had fleece-lined sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and I had my big purse with me so I could fit, you know, items in as a carry-on and stuff. And we went right from the airport to, well, actually first we went to Chick-fil-A to get some lunch, and then we went right to the Rio to Cowboy Christmas, and I got so overheated in there. I was just dying. I was like, please, can we come back tomorrow? I need to change clothes or, you know, something. But one cool thing that did happen while we were there that day is as we were coming into the parking lot of the casino, to get to the Cowboy Christmas, you have to drive around the back. And there's a big parking lot back there, and the main entrance to where the Cowboy Christmas is. And we would notice this family kind of off to the side. They were walking alongside, and my dad was grumbling like, oh, those people should be out of the way. They were out of the way. Just, you know, some people are grouchy drivers, aka my dad. So as we were walking along, we were passing this family, and I looked and I was like, oh, I know who that is. That's Cody Wright, who is a very famous world champion cowboy. And he's part of the very famous Wright family. It was like, oh my gosh, celebrity. As previously stated, I am a nerd. So I was already excited. I was like, yeah, we found somebody famous already. All right, are there any other pages I want to do that particular ribbon on right now? I don't think so. I might add it to some more later, but for right now, let's roll this up and do something else. Let's see, I want to find the one page that I wanted to do the one thing on, and that's really specific. I am sure you're like, oh yeah, I know exactly what she's gonna do. All right, I have this piece of art here that I asked an AI art generator to make, and I wanted something very, very specific, and I had to try about 10 different ways to get it close enough to what I wanted. So what I asked for was a cowboy, and then a girl in a black hoodie and a black mohawk, both wearing jeans, but they were not holding hands, and they're walking down the strip in Las Vegas. This is the closest I could get. This is how you know I didn't want to keep trying and fighting on this, because look at those jeans are tucked into his boots. That is not correct. I can talk to you all about jeans and boots and what gets tucked in and what doesn't get tucked in another time. But the reason I wanted this particular thing is because, was it our last night? 2 nights before? I don't remember. It was closer toward the end of our trip. My brother and I were just walking. It was just the 2 of us. And our whole family had been at the Bellagio watching the fountain show. And I'm just going to distress it with this little tool while I'm talking. And because of an injury that I had, which I will tell you about later, I did not want to walk anymore, but the rest of the family was going to go back inside to the Bellagio and see these gigantic Christmas decorations that they have there. And I just did not want to. I wanted to get back to my hotel room, and I knew my way back, and I am a grown adult woman. I could walk back by myself. Actually, you know what? I couldn't go to the hotel room. That's the night we went to the Rainforest Cafe. Anyway, I'm doing really well on my storytelling. So my brother said, oh, I'll walk back to the restaurant with you. So I was going to go back to the restaurant and wait there. And he said, oh, I'll walk back with you. And I said, oh, you don't have to. And he goes, no, I want to. Which is suspicious because my brother and I mean, I love him, but we don't talk all that much. It's just not something we do. Anyway, this is actually not the page that I wanted to work on. But as we walked back, so we walked from the Bellagio to, this is the one I wanted to do. From the Bellagio to the Planet Hollywood. So it wasn't that far to go. We just had to cross the strip and go a few casinos down. And then we would be there. But he did say he would walk with me. And so we walked. And as we got across the strip, you know, there's traffic lights and stuff to help you to cross. There was a man doing some freestyle rapping performance on the street or the sidewalk, and he looked over at me and said, hey, I'm digging your mohawk. And I just kind of laughed and we kept walking, and my brother could not let it go. He's like, hey, that guy was rapping about you. I'm like, thank you. I realized that. But it was kind of just a funny moment. And even though my brother and I don't talk all that much, it was nice to just have a couple of minutes, just the 2 of us, to like sit and visit. And once we got to our spot while we waited for people to come, and you know, it was just fun to have a chat as we walked back. So I wanted to make something like that to represent that. And yeah, I'm sorry for my terrible storytelling abilities. It's not working out very well today. We're gonna do some black soot distress ink around the edges here. What I would like to do, what I have envisioned in my mind, is to create a sentiment that says I'm digging your mohawk, and maybe put it here or maybe put it here. The nice thing about having it over here is then like I can play with distressing this a little bit more, because I'd like to do a little bit more here, or maybe do something on the background. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop talking because I'm doing a terrible job when I'm trying to narrate. Let's do this. I will shut up and just work and play you a little fun music while I work, and then we'll come back once I've got this spread figured out. Good luck to me.
With a smile on my face, nothing beats the lights of that wild, crazy place. Steer wrestling steady, dust flying in the air. The thrill of the rodeo, win or lose, we don't care. Bareback riding, hold on tight. 8 seconds feel like a life in the night. Barrel racing, horses round the bend so fast. Cheering from the stands makes the good times last. Rodeo nights in Vegas, lights shining bright. Bulls and broncs and cowboys, oh what a sight. Team rope in action, the lasso spinning wild. These rodeo dreams make us feel just like a child. hats off to you, rising and falling, oh what a view. The heart of the West, alive and kicking strong. Cowboy Christmas shopping all night long. Boots and buckles, fringe and spurs. The rodeo time, it's a world of blurs. Talking about the bulls, the broncs, the rides. Sharing tales of laughter under Vegas skies. Out in that desert where the stars glow. We gather each year for the best rodeo show. Round racing, horses round the bend so fast. Cheered from the bend so foul, the bend so fast. Team rope in action, losses round the bend so fast. Cheered from the stands, makes a good time to last. Rodeo nights in Vegas, lights shining bright. Bulls and broncs and cowboys, oh what a sight. Team rope in action, lasso spinning wild. These rodeo dreams make us feel just like a child. Saddle bronc riders, hats off to you, rise shining bright. Bulls and broncs and cowboys, what a sight. Team rope in action, lasso spinning wild. These rodeo dreams make us feel just like a child. Saddle bronc riders, hats off to you, rising and falling, oh what a view. The heart of the West, alive and kicking strong. Cowboy Christmas shopping all night long. Boots and buckles, fringe and spurs. The rodeo time, it's a world of blurs. Talking about the bulls, the broncs, the rides. Sharing tales of laughter under Vegas snow. All night long, have a Christmas shopping all night long. Rodeo nights in Vegas, lights shining bright. Bulls and broncs and cowboys, oh what a sight. Team rope in action, lasso spinning wild. These rodeo dreams make us feel just like a child. Forgetting that dance to shopping all night long.
Okay, that didn't turn out exactly like I thought it was going to, because I didn't intend on making this a pocket. But as I was putting this here, I thought, you know what, in the future I might forget what this is in reference to, so I wanted to write a little note about where we were and that kind of thing. So when I glued this down, I glued it as a pocket, and then I made this tag, and the elements you saw me using on the tag were all rusty hinge. So I had Distress Spritz, and then the embossing glaze and Distress Oxide that I used on that tag. I love the color of Rusty Hinge. I can see that maybe it wasn't the best fit for this page, but that is okay because it's made, it's done, we're moving on. The other pictures that I have for this journal are actual photos. They aren't the AI stuff, but I wanted to start with this one. And I think I'm gonna call it good for this video. Let me know in the comments below if you wanna see me do more work in here, or whether you just like to see a flip through once it's all done. I'm not gonna be able to show you full photos because my nieces and nephews' faces are in them, but I can cover their little faces with a sticky note or something and show you the rest of the work if you'd like to do that. So yeah, thanks for watching, and let me know what you'd like to see or hear about from this journal. I can tell you more about a trip and that kind of stuff. And yeah, I never did tell you about my injury, so I can tell you about that in another one. But this video I feel like has already been long enough, so we're gonna call it good here. And in the meantime, if any of you out there also have a mohawk or faux hawk like I do, I'm digging it. Have a wonderful, magical, and bookish day. Happy reading, crafting, or journaling. Adios.